Hi folks, how are you? Get ready for another Trader Workstation tutorial today. I'm going to be talking about the time and sales windows in Trader Workstation. So this one was a highly requested topic and we'll get right into it here. So I'm going to talk about a few different things. First of all, what is it? The time and sales windows and their features and how to get more time and sales windows. As you can see on my screen, I have 3 of them running now. The limits to that, how to hide the time on the time and sales, and just I'll give you a brief rundown about some level 2 stuff and some tape reading. All right, so let's get right into it here. So what is time and sales? In simple terms, it's basically self-explanatory. It's the time and sales that are occurring in the market. It's basically the prints that are happening in real time, okay? And basically the goal of using time and sales is to see live transactions occurring in the market to potentially give you insight about future prices or about the transactions that are currently happening in the moment, okay? So you want to see what kind of transactions are occurring at different prices to understand certain things about the market you're trading, right? That's all it is. Time and sales, okay? This is a time and sales window in Trader Workstation. As you can see, we have the time that the transactions occurred, we have the price that the transactions occurred, and we have the size that the transactions occurred. Now, if you want to get a time and sales window, you got to go to new window up here, and then you can go to time and sales right here. You'll find it, and there's 2 options. There's time and sales, and then there's time and sales multi-instrument. So you can have a time and sales window that shows you multiple instruments printing at the same time. So let's go into the settings of this window, and we will learn about what we can modify and what we can't modify in this window. Okay, so here we have a time and sales configuration window. You can see settings, hotkeys, and colors. I'm going to start off by saying that the hotkeys do not work very well with the time and sales window. So if you're going to use hotkeys in Trader Workstation, don't program them in the time and sales window. Just don't even waste your time. Program them using a quote monitor or your chart. Okay, settings. Now in this, there are a few important things that you need to be aware of. So here, first of all, we'll go to general. I'm going to try and go at a relative speed here. I know I go fast sometimes, guys. It's because my brain is like from bouncing from one side to the other, and I try to get through things quickly here. And I've always been like that with music production and anything. So here we go, general. So if you check this, it's going to show actual repetitive data instead of symbolic indicator. So if you uncheck it, it's not going to show you data that's coming in one flow. Okay, so I keep that checked to show the flow of the data coming in one transaction after the next. Okay, now what I notice is that if you check this box, the always use real-time volume to approximate time and sales data, it's going to approximate the time and sales data. So you can experiment with these 2 boxes to see which one you like better. You can check them both or neither of them. I keep this one checked because that's the one I prefer. Okay, now, multi-instrument preferences, that's for the multi-instrument time and sales. I do not use that, but if you use that, that's basically the only box you have as an option, okay? Next is the quotes. Now, this is the most important thing here. I choose it to not show because I don't need a lot of data showing the bid and the ask size, bid size, all this stuff. So I just click it to not show. But basically, if you click this, not only is it going to show you your price, volume, and time, but it's also going to show you the bid and the ask on the time and sales window itself. So you can choose if you want to display that or not. I choose to not show it because as you can see, I have the book traders displaying the bid and the ask, and I like the way it goes up and down. It's a clearer view for me, okay? Here again, more indicators you can choose to show. Trades, or you can choose to show the amount of daily volume that has occurred right here. You can choose to show the current volume weighted average price, and you can choose to show which exchange and how the orders are being executed, the order conditions basically, okay? Time, last size. Those are basically the columns you have. Now, if you check these boxes, you're going to see more columns appearing here, okay? I have those ones because I don't need a lot of data. Like I said, I just want to see what I need to see. You can choose to move them up and down, but one thing to note is that you cannot remove the time column. You cannot remove it. I actually sent a post to the features poll in IBKR, and I said, is it possible to remove the time from the time and sales? As awkward as that sounds, yes. And I'll tell you why in a minute, okay? At the bottom, we have the font size. So the font size is going to be important. Depending on the font you use, you're going to want to find the font that suits your monitor, that you can accurately see the numbers, but they're also displaying a good amount of numbers on the screen, so you don't have like only a few of them. You want to see a lot of them, but you also want to see them clearly. So you want to find the balance of font and font size that you like, okay? Hotkeys, like I said, they're not very useful. Colors, basically these are your color options. Downtick, uptick, background, foreground, and that's pretty much it. You don't have much more options than that. Okay, so let's get into a couple of things on the time and sales window itself. So right here, you can click on the time and it will move your current price down to the bottom or back up to the top. Okay, so that's a personal preference right there. Okay, another thing is if you right click on the time and sales window itself, you're going to see a few different options. You can see filter by price, specific time and date, select from the chart. That's very interesting. And then you can choose to display trades, display changes in bid and ask price, or custom, or you can choose block filter. Now, all of these things are different, and for me, they're not useful at all, but I'm just going to show you. Block filter, so you can show to exclude blocks, or you can choose to set a block size. Now, this doesn't matter so much. It's just related to block trades, I guess. So trades that might be split up into multiple orders, I believe. At the end of the day, all I want to see is the kind of prints that are coming in at each price. There is something interesting like select from the chart. So for example, if you have a chart, you can choose to select a certain point in time on a chart and it will bring your time and sales to that point. So I just did that. I selected a point from a random chart there and now it brought it to May 15th at 2:24 p.m. And now I can either scroll up or down to see the kind of transactions that were taking place at that time. So that's a good analysis tool and it could actually be used quite usefully if you want to study some tape. Now, what I prefer to do is I prefer to just record the tape during my session and then study it later. I find that more useful because I can see the transactions coming in real time. So it's more of a real-time approach. Now, again, if you click on search here, it's going to show you the same thing. Specific time and date, filter by price, or select from chart. So you can get those options just by right-clicking on the time and sales chart itself. Okay? Now, right here, this little arrow, that's just going to be to get your real-time data. So you click on that and you should be getting your live streaming coming from the market, okay? How to get more time and sales windows. So I don't know if any of you have experimented with this, but if you add a time and sales window and then you try and add another one, it's going to not add another one. Okay, so the way to do this is you need to ungroup the window, and I'll show you. So let's say you created a time and sales window right here. Now you want to go to the group windows here. You want to click no group, so it's ungrouped completely from anything. At that point, you should be able to add another time and sales window, okay? Up to a total of 3 of them, like I have here. But during any Trader Workstation session, you will not be allowed to add more than 3 time and sales windows on all your layouts combined, okay? So just know that. And the only way you can add more than 3 is if you subscribe to data adding packages, which are in the market data subscriptions. So that's very important to know. Okay, so you can't have more than 3. That's why I use 3. The next thing, now this was bothering me for a while, the time on the time and sales. So if you've seen other trading platforms like Dash Trader, for example, the time is not always displayed on the time and sales. I personally find the time very annoying because when I'm trading short term, I don't really care if the transactions are printing at 9:59 and 30 seconds or 9:59 and 30 seconds and a half. I just want to see live data flowing, basically. There's no way to remove the time. So I came up with a creative way to remove the time. And it's simple. As you can see, I just made my other windows overlap the time. And now I just see the price and the size. That's it. So you can see it's really simple, kind of clever, and no time on my time and sales. You just hide it with another window. Done. I'll give you one piece of info here regarding tape reading. For example, let's say you're looking for a point of resistance. At that point of resistance, you want to see the offer holding. You want to see an offer, maybe it pushes above it, and then it comes back down and keeps refreshing the offer all the time. That's called a held offer, and it means that there's a lot of supply at a certain price, and that's what's keeping the price pushed down. Another indicator here is if you look at the prints, if you're going to see a lot of green prints coming through, but the price is not going higher, that means it's a held offer. Okay? Green prints mean that the prints are on the offer, and red prints means that they're on the bid, and white generally means that it's in between the bid and the offer. Okay? So if you see a lot of green prints coming through on the offer, but the price is not going higher, that means that there's somebody on the offer that's selling into all of those people buying into the offer. Okay? So that's called a held offer. So these types of things are important when it comes to tape reading. These are my level 2 boxes that I have here. I use the book trader on Trader Workstation. So there are other options in Trader Workstation, like you can get a market depth like this, where you can see a bid and an offer and your market makers and everything. But I just found the layout wasn't so nice. And you know, at the end of the day, it's not going to make much of a difference. So I actually like the way these price ladders look versus the regular level 2 that they have in Trader Workstation, okay? Just a quick note here. So I'm actually not subscribed to any level 2 data with Interactive Broker because I personally don't think it's necessary for my trading style. If you trade lower cap names, then it might be more necessary. But I think there's a lot of insight to be gained by just watching the prints and watching the bids and the offers. You can see the best bid and best offer, and you can see the prints that are coming in at those prices. So in my opinion, that is the most important thing you need. I don't really need to know if there's gonna be 1,000 shares at this price and then another 1,000 at that price, because we know that the Qs and the SPY are literally the most liquidly traded things in the market. So unless you're trading lower cap, mid cap names, then level 2 data is not so necessary. If you only trade the big ETFs and stuff, then generally you don't really need a level 2 subscription. Okay, that's just my opinion though. All right guys, so I think I've spent some time covering time and sales in this video. Now, in case you wanted to learn more, you can always go to the Interactive Brokers help menu and learn about guides and documentation and tutorials, and you're gonna find help regarding everything in the Trader Workstation platform. I just happen to like making tutorials about it because I find there's not enough tutorials on the internet about it. So if you enjoyed this video, I wish you a great day and leave a thumbs up and consider supporting the channel. All right guys, I wish you a great one. Take care. Love you. Bye.